1. During a pre-trip inspection of a triple trailer configuration, which of the following must be verified before coupling the converter dolly? A. That the tractor has enough horsepower. B. That the pintle hook is not greased. C. That the fifth wheel locking jaws are open. D. That the converter dolly's air tank is drained. 2. A new driver under your mentorship repeatedly skips chocking wheels before uncoupling a dolly. What is the best instructional approach to correct this? A. Reprimand the driver immediately. B. Let them experience a minor rollback. C. Conduct a role-play safety demonstration. D. Skip the procedure and focus on coupling instead. 3. When evaluating a student performing the uncoupling of double trailers, which outcome demonstrates regulatory compliance? A. Disconnecting airlines first to release pressure. B. Pulling the fifth wheel release handle with parking brakes off. C. Applying the tractor brakes before unlocking the fifth wheel. D. Driving forward before lowering landing gear. 4. What should be done after coupling the rear trailer of a triple combination but before applying full pressure to the airlines? A. Remove the dolly handle. B. Apply trailer spring brakes. C. Perform a tug test. D. Check for straight alignment. 5. A common safety violation during coupling doubles is: A. Using reflective tape. B. Failing to align pintle hook properly. C. Chocking all wheels. D. Greasing the glad hands. 6. Which mentoring technique best helps a learner internalize the steps of safe uncoupling? A. Assigning them to teach the process to peers. B. Showing a video on coupling. C. Giving a printed checklist without feedback. D. Repeating the demonstrations silently. 7. In curriculum design for CDL doubles and triples coupling training, what key component must be emphasized to meet federal safety regulations? A. Highway traffic patterns. B. Visual inspection of converter dolly. C. Use of multiple route maps. D. Weight distribution across trailers. 8. A converter dolly should be positioned using: A. Rear trailers parking brake only. B. High idle throttle control. C. Service brake modulation and proper steering. D. Sudden acceleration to snap into place. 9. When training drivers on inspecting pintle hooks, what error indicates a need for retraining? A. Verifying hook is locked with safety latch engaged. B. Skipping inspection because they look fine. C. Noticing rust and reporting it. D. Greasing the hook before inspection. 10. During an uncoupling demonstration, the student fails to lower the dolly landing gear. What should the instructor emphasize? A. It's optional on level ground. B. It is only needed if swapping trailers. C. It prevents tip-overs and equipment damage. D. It's a last step before driving away. 11. Which scenario correctly describes a compliant uncoupling of a double trailer? A. Release tractor brakes before unlocking fifth wheel. B. Ensure converter dolly brakes are applied before uncoupling. C. Drive forward quickly to separate trailers. D. Open the airlines before setting trailer brakes. 12. You are mentoring a driver who cannot remember coupling steps. What is the most effective instructional method? A. Provide a laminated checklist for visual reference. B. Increase verbal instructions. C. Skip steps they remember and retest later. D. Allow them to guess the steps. 13. In a competency-based evaluation, what metric ensures proper coupling of the second trailer? A. Time taken to couple. B. Tire pressure reading. C. Audible locking click on fifth wheel. D. Secured locking of the pintle hook with latch. 14. How does a driver confirm the locking jaws have secured the kingpin when coupling? A. By checking mirror reflection. B. By hearing a loud bang. C. By visually inspecting under the fifth wheel. D. By pressing the tractor foot brake. 15. What is the first step in uncoupling the rear trailer of a triple trailer set? A. Lower the landing gear. B. Pull the dolly away. C. Release spring brakes. D. Disconnect electrical lines. 16. Which learning strategy best reinforces regulatory compliance for doubles and triples? A. Group debate on violations. B. Simulation of coupling errors with discussion. C. Watching a tutorial on brake inspections. D. Reading FMCSA regulations silently. 17. A driver skips applying spring brakes before uncoupling. What mentoring technique would help correct this? A. Written reprimand. B. Scenario-based role play with consequences. C. Audio-only lecture. D. Displaying statistics without context. 18. Which is an FMCSA-compliant practice during coupling? A. Aligning converter dolly at a 45 degrees angle. B. Verifying air pressure before unlocking. C. Using a spotter when backing to couple. D. Disengaging trailer brakes first. 19. Before uncoupling a set of doubles, which step must be completed to ensure safety? A. Turn on hazard lights. B. Drain trailer air tanks. C. Set parking brakes on trailers. D. Increase idle RPM. 20. Which of the following is not a safe coupling step? A. Ensuring landing gear is raised fully. B. Tug testing the connection. C. Driving away before airlines are connected. D. Checking fifth wheel for debris. 21. What risk is posed by failing to latch the pintle hook properly? A. Brake imbalance. B. Dolly fishtailing. C. Uncontrolled separation of trailers. D. Excess tire wear. 22. Which evaluation method is most appropriate for testing coupling technique competency? A. Multiple choice quiz. B. Verbal explanation. C. Performance checklist with instructor observation. D. Written short essay. 23. A trailer fails to couple securely due to misalignment. What is the immediate corrective action? A. Connect the air lines first. B. Back up harder to force connection. C. Reposition the dolly to align properly. D. Increase the trailer pressure. 24. What is the purpose of the emergency glad hand coupling? A. Provides power to tail lights. B. Controls trailer suspension. C. Supplies air for spring brakes. D. Secures pintle hook. 25. When mentoring a driver on converter dolly placement, what behavior suggests mastery? A. Ignoring tire angle. B. Manually lifting dolly tongue. C. Using the tractor to position accurately. D. Leaving dolly brakes off. 26. What causes the most common injury during coupling uncoupling? A. Electrical short circuits. B. Incorrect tire inflation. C. Improper use of landing gear. D. Slips and falls due to haste. 27. How should instructors address repeated violations in coupling procedures? A. Issue penalties immediately. B. Provide private retraining with feedback. C. Assign unrelated tasks. D. Ignore if no incidents occurred. 28. Why is it necessary to inspect the fifth wheel before coupling a second trailer? A. It ensures the truck is aligned for speed. B. To avoid electrical discharge. C. To confirm cleanliness and alignment for safe lock. D. It is only required during inspections. 29. A student forgets to check airline gaskets. What should be the instructor's response? A. Penalize with a fail score. B. Use it as a teachable moment with demonstration. C. Dismiss the error as minor. D. Focus on other areas of coupling. 30. What should be verified when securing the safety chains? A. That they are tightly knotted. B. That they drag slightly for slack. C. That they are crossed under the tongue and secure. D. That they are only used for triples. 31. Which statement is true regarding uncoupling procedures on uneven ground? A. Always lower landing gear fully before applying brakes. B. Use wheel chocks and verify ground stability. C. Skip using brakes and rely on gravity. D. Use the dolly hand brake only after disconnecting lines. 32. When designing a training module for triple trailer coupling, what is essential for instructional clarity? A. Avoid showing real-life scenarios. B. Focus exclusively on written content. C. Incorporate diagrams and hands-on practice. D. Emphasize speed over procedure. 33. A driver uncouples on a downgrade without chocking the wheels. What violation is most likely? A. Overloading regulation. B. Lighting regulation. C. Uncontrolled vehicle movement. D. Tire inflation breach. 34. What best describes a compliant pintle hook safety check? A. Ensure pintle is unlatched before connecting. B. Confirm the pintle is rested for better grip. C. Verify the latch lock securely and cotter pin is in place. D. Leave latch open to accommodate variances. 35. Which of the following steps should be taken before pulling the dolly out from under the rear trailer? A. Increase engine RPM. B. Disconnect battery lines. C. Disconnect and stow air and electrical lines. D. Raise the landing gear to full height. 36. Which instructional strategy best promotes retention of uncoupling procedures? A. Peer coaching with guided feedback. B. Unsupervised practice runs. C. Watching online videos without assessment. D. Memorization of uncoupling checklist only. 37. What equipment must be inspected after positioning the converter dolly? A. Dash gauges. B. Dolly tongue, safety chains, and tires. C. CB radio settings. D. Internal cabin fans. 38. A trailer rolls during coupling. What likely procedural error occurred? A. Air tanks were overfilled. B. Safety chains were too tight. C. Wheels were not chocked or spring brakes not set. D. Trailer electrical line was left unplugged. 39. In a triple trailer setup, what is the most effective method for verifying secure coupling? A. Listening for click sounds only. B. Checking with a flashlight and tug test. C. Pushing trailers manually. D. Bouncing on the dolly tongue. 40. Which part of the training ensures regulatory compliance and reduces liability? A. Repeating the procedure under supervision. B. Releasing the learner after one successful attempt. C. Skipping demonstration for experienced drivers. D. Ignoring checklist errors if outcome is successful. 41. What should you instruct a driver to do immediately after engaging the fifth wheel to the kingpin? A. Drive forward slowly. B. Apply brakes hard to test connection. C. Perform a tug test. D. Shut off the engine. 42. If the converter dolly drifts while backing it into position, the safest corrective action is A. Let it settle naturally. B. Reposition using tractor brakes and light throttle. C. Accelerate to fix angle. D. Ask someone to push it by hand. 43. How can adult learners be effectively assessed for procedural memory and coupling tasks? A. Group presentations. B. Checklist-based simulation with performance rubric. C. Long essay exams. D. Crossword puzzles on equipment names. 44. What should be verified during the coupling of service and emergency lines? A. That each line has a secure clamp and rubber seal. B. That the lines are identical in color. C. That both lines are knotted together. D. That the lines touch the ground for stability. 45. What causes excessive slack in double trailer combinations during braking? A. Improper trailer height. B. Misconnected air service lines. C. Tight fifth wheel lock. D. Electrical line overlap. 46. Which is a mentoring red flag when coaching coupling procedures? A. Learner asks clarifying questions. B. Learner hurries and skips tug test. C. Learner uses checklist. D. Learner requests demonstration again. 47. In what condition must the converter dolly's brakes be during coupling? A. Released. B. Set and secured. C. Not connected. D. Used as a secondary steering system. 48. A driver reports frequent air leaks during double trailer coupling. What should be inspected first? A. Landing gear handle. B. Trailer tire pressure. C. Airline gaskets and glad hands. D. Safety chain length. 49. What is the last step when uncoupling the second trailer? A. Pull the release handle. B. Drive forward before lowering landing gear. C. Secure the dolly wheels. D. Recheck that landing gear is down and stable. 50. What action ensures that the converter dolly is securely coupled to the rear trailer? A. Use of reflective triangles. B. Inspecting wheel chocks. C. A successful tug test and visual inspection of the locking mechanism. D. Asking the spotter to give a thumbs up. 51. When should safety chains be removed during uncoupling? A. Before setting trailer brakes. B. After verifying the dolly is fully stable and brakes are engaged. C. Before applying spring brakes. D. Immediately upon stopping. 52. What is a common coupling error made by inexperienced drivers? A. Forgetting to check load weight. B. Coupling on a perfectly level surface. C. Failing to do a visual check under the fifth wheel. D. Using proper airline color coding. 53. How should the converter dolly be aligned with the rear trailer? A. At a 90-degree angle. B. Angled to one side for fast coupling. C. In a straight line with trailer kingpin centered. D. Pushed backward manually. 54. What documentation should be reviewed to ensure training aligns with federal standards? A. Company Handbook. B. FMCSA Driver Training Manual. C. Local newspaper. D. CDL Permit Checklist. 55. When observing a trainee couple the rear trailer, you notice the trailer shifts backward. What's the likely cause? A. Faulty electrical plug. B. Converter dolly brake not set. C. Oversized pintle hook. D. Inadequate tire pressure. 56. What is the ideal condition of the fifth wheel before attempting to couple the first trailer? A. Coated with ice. B. Unlatched and slightly raised. C. Fully latched. D. Locked tightly with no gap. 57. How does a successful tug test improve safety? A. Tests landing gear strength. B. Ensures kingpin is locked in the fifth wheel. C. Verifies tire inflation. D. Measures fuel consumption. 58. Which task must always be completed before disconnecting electrical cables during uncoupling? A. Turning off headlights. B. Activating reverse lights. C. Ensuring parking brakes are applied. D. Lowering dolly jack. 59. During instructional assessment, which observation indicates full procedural competence? A. Time spent on each task. B. Questions asked during coupling. C. Independent execution with safety and accuracy. D. Type of vehicle used. 60. Which training tool best supports kinesthetic learners in coupling education? A. Written tests. B. Live, supervised coupling with real equipment. C. Lectures with PowerPoint. D. Flashcards with terminology. 61. When preparing a training evaluation for doubles and triples coupling, which format ensures accurate skill validation? A. Yes/no questionnaire. B. Multiple choice quiz only. C. Hands-on performance exam with scenario-based tasks. D. Group discussion without individual assessment. 62. Which step is essential before performing the tug test? A. Unlocking the fifth wheel. B. Shutting off trailer brakes. C. Lowering trailer landing gear. D. Ensuring trailer spring brakes are applied. 63. What instructional feedback is most helpful to a student who repeatedly skips visual inspections under the trailer? A. Just remember it next time. B. That's fine as long as the tug test passes. C. Let's review why this step prevents runaway accidents. D. You won't be marked down today. 64. What is the regulatory purpose of crossing safety chains under a converter dolly tongue? A. To create better aerodynamics. B. To help align the dolly with the trailer. C. To catch the tongue if it drops. D. To improve trailer lighting. 65. How can you test the air system after coupling a second trailer? A. Press the brake pedal repeatedly. B. Turn on the hazard lights. C. Listen for leaks and perform a pressure drop test. D. Drive in circles to detect imbalance. 66. Which step ensures that the converter dolly kingpin is aligned with the rear trailer's fifth wheel? A. Pushing the trailer backward. B. Visual alignment using mirrors or a spotter. C. Disconnecting air lines to reduce drag. D. Increasing throttle for faster reverse coupling. 67. Which tool provides the highest instructional value in reinforcing uncoupling safety? A. Laminated visual flowchart of procedures. B. One-page paragraph summary. C. Student-created slogans. D. Flashcards of part names. 68. What is the safest method to confirm that the rear trailer brakes are applied during coupling? A. Look for brake dust on the tires. B. Gently try to move the trailer with the tractor. C. Visually inspect brake chamber pushrod position. D. Check if the trailer lights are on. 69. A driver attempts to couple in a rush and skips the safety latch. What coaching response is most effective? A. Ignore it unless an accident happens. B. Stop the process and review the consequences using a real-life case study. C. Tell them they'll pass anyway. D. Move on and address it later. 70. What is a key difference in the coupling sequence for triple trailers versus doubles? A. The first trailer must be heavier. B. The converter dolly is only used for the middle trailer. C. An additional fifth wheel must be unlocked manually. D. The second converter dolly must be prepositioned correctly before final coupling. CDL doubles and triples coupling and uncoupling test. The CDL doubles and triples coupling and uncoupling test evaluates a commercial driver's knowledge and practical understanding of safely connecting and disconnecting multiple trailer combinations. This includes inspecting converter dollies, properly aligning trailers, securing pintle hooks and safety chains, and connecting air and electrical lines in compliance with federal regulations. The test also assesses a driver's ability to perform visual and functional safety checks, ensure brake systems are correctly charged, and follow a specific sequence to prevent rollaways, trailer drops, or equipment damage. Mastery of this test is essential for preventing accidents, maintaining load stability, and ensuring full control over complex vehicle configurations on the road. Here are the top 5 beneficial uses of the sample exam. 1. Ensures operational safety. The test reinforces a driver's ability to correctly couple and uncouple trailers, reducing the risk of rollaways, brake failure, and load separation. 2. Regulatory compliance. It verifies a driver's understanding of FMCSA standards, ensuring legal compliance and reducing liability for both driver and carrier. 3. Improves job readiness. Successfully passing this test demonstrates a driver's proficiency in handling complex trailer setups, making them more competitive for high-demand logistics positions. 4. Supports mentorship and training programs. The test provides a structured framework for instructors and mentors to assess and build core coupling skills. 5. Promotes preventive maintenance awareness. It reinforces routine inspection habits that help identify issues with airlines, locking mechanisms, and landing gear before failures occur.